A long time ago, there was a king who had long, floppy ears shaped just like a donkey. The king was very embarrassed about his ears and always wore a crown when he was in public, so that the people of the village would never discover his secret. The only person who ever saw his ears were the hairdressers. After every hairdresser would cut his hair, he would throw them in jail.
Voila! I am finished. What do you think you are? I love it. Now send her to jail.
The poor hairdresser was then taken to jail by the guards. Taken away by the guards. A month later, the king needed his hair cut again.
I am done. What do you think, sir?
It's good. Now send her to jail.
The poor hairdresser was taken to jail by the guards to spend the rest of her days there. They felt very sad. A month later, the king needed his hair cut yet again, this time by Meg, a profound hairdresser of the village.
My creation is complete. What do you think?
Send her to jail immediately.
No, please. Sir, my mother is sick. She needs me.
The king thought about how much he loved his own mother and decided to make Meg promise to keep his secret, or she would be thrown in jail just like all the others.
Okay, do you promise?
Thank you. Promise. I promise.
Are you sure this is a good idea, sir?
Why is Janelle not
The hairdresser found it very hard to keep the king's secret because she wanted to tell all the villagers about the king's ears, but she remembered the king's warning, so she kept the secret to herself for many years. But one morning, the hairdresser woke up and knew that she could keep the secret to herself any longer. She got dressed and left the house and walked very far until she reached a forest. Here, she decided to tell the nearest tree she could find. Meg felt relieved immediately and returned to the village the happiest she had felt in years. The next day, a woodcutter came to the forest to cut down a tree to make the king's new harp. The poor tree was cut down and fell to the ground. Over the next few weeks, the tree was made into a beautiful harp, ready for the King's annual music ball. The King was dressed in his finest attire and took his throne in the town centre, ready for the day's festivities.
I'm so sorry, this is so tired.
The first to play was a guest from the furthest town called Athena. She took her seat on the stage, ready to play her harp, but something was wrong. The harp had a mind of its own and wouldn't let her play. Instead, the strings began to move on their own. A strange sound began to play. The King was furious and went red with embarrassment. He jumped up so quickly that his crown fell off, showing the townspeople his donkey ears.
Send that woman to jail now.
Please, no. Please, no. Why?
What is the meaning of this?
We all know about your donkey ears, sir. Anyway, sir.
You don't care that I'm different. Why say anything?
Because it didn't matter to us.
You don't care that I'm different.
The King was so touched at all the people's kindness that he was never ashamed to be himself ever again, donkey ears and all.